Hey everybody, Doom-Shakalaka here, doing a quick playthrough. Well, not so quick. It's about 2 hours. But this is a playthrough of Combat Jam 1 from the Map Center Discord. I'll go ahead and put chapter markings in the video so you can skip around to the different maps. And we'll go ahead and get started with The Pit by TCGFox. Now, this isn't a live commentary. I'm recording this after the playthrough. This map, I thought was pretty cool. It was a good idea. I like the arena setting. I really dig the insane grunts up there in the audience. It's pretty cool. It's a stage after stage arena. It has different phases. I thought it was done pretty well. I did kind of cheese a little bit here, as you'll see coming up. Which is totally cool by me, because this looks a little insane. You can definitely hear those super tank treads prior to the reveal. I was a little surprised there was just one super tank. I thought there'd be one on each side. Was also very happy about the weapon choice here with the railgun. Big fan of the railgun. And that's basically karma for throwing rockets into innocent audience members. Was having a little trouble there with the jump pads, trying to get on the wall to cheese. I found myself up here and got smacked by that berserker. And wouldn't you know it? I do wonder where that portal goes. But before I check it out, just check the other side here. So this was a little surprising. And I wasn't too sure what was going on with that, and I couldn't get back to the map that I was playing when I restarted the level. Just kinda kept dying. I thought maybe if I don't hit the butthole, maybe I can survive the fall somehow. I noticed some power-ups there, so try and grab those, but then I realized that those aren't auto use. So let's try to use them before I splat. I'll give it one more attempt. Nope, not gonna work. So just kind of SOL and started over. That was a little disappointing. Thankfully, the pit was the first map that I was playing. Otherwise, I probably would have been pretty agitated. And of course, I'll find out a little bit later in this playthrough exactly what the drop into the bunghole was all about. But first, I'm gonna find myself soft-locked in these spawn garages. You would think I would learn the lesson the first time, but this kind of happens to me a few times here, as you'll see. Then I had luck kind of on my side with that one, where the door bounced back open because there was a corpse in the way. So I got to take on one set of berserkers before cheesing the rest. And we'll go ahead and speed it up from here. No need to kind of bore you with this cheese fest. I do appreciate that this fight with the super tank takes in consideration the energy weapon for the shield and the rocket to finish him off. It's a good touch. Doing everything I can here not to get smacked into the lava pit and or accidentally jump into the lava pit by the giant berserker. Would be cool if there was a way to slow down enemies that have been scaled up. That way they don't seem like they're turbo quick. Overall, good map, a couple of issues here and there, but I enjoyed the fight. Berserkers probably were my least favorite part of it. But definitely like the super tank and the giant berserker fight. Very cool. And now we are playing Stroggfire Reborn by Shartuterie. And I would say that this was my favorite little combat map of this jam. I enjoy the little weapon caches, and then the select a weapon caches throughout the level. Pretty cool. Well-paced combat, good enemies, good time. And here I think the choice is obvious. Hyper Blaster and a Power Shield versus a Ripper and a Chainsaw or Chain Gun. I do like the Chain Gun, but the Ripper, not my favorite weapon. Also, I don't know who's got shields ahead of me, so gotta be prepared. Admittedly, with the chaos that kind of ensues, I didn't really grasp exactly what was happening with the prisoner until maybe my second, maybe third attempt at this room. In fact, I'm pretty sure this was my first peek into that little tube, realizing there were items in there that I missed. And so I went for another attempt. And I had a hell of a time trying to find the last button. I could not find it. I started checking all the beams up top. Just could not locate it for a minute. Come to find out, it was right there in plain sight anyway. I think about right here is where I realized there was a little soldier crawling around inside the tank there. And then I realized the tank was killing him. So it's a little timed event in that sense to find these buttons, which I ran out of time on this attempt. So we'll go ahead and give it another go. By this point, I've pretty much got this room down to a science, but still, that last button, where is it? Oh, looky! There it is. Well, there is no stopping me now. I would definitely say that this room was my favorite. A lot of fun on here. Also, I don't think there's going to be any survivors. Do I feel bad about it? I don't know, maybe. He was pretty innocent. No bonus key for you. But I disagree. I got your bonus key, Shart. I got your bonus key. And yeah, railgun every time. Now, I did think there was going to be a little bit more to these color pads. Wasn't very hard to deduce. But they were fun. And I will not be denied an armor shard. The commander's head here looked just a little sus, so kind of avoided that for a second. Totally expected a trap. And the best offense is always a good defense. And that was my first attempt. I did notice that I have a bad habit of breaking up infighting. Should probably just let them go at it. Really enjoyed this boss fight ending. Thought it was really well done. There's plenty of ammo. Never had a problem there. Could have, I guess, probably been more stingy on the ammo. Maybe? Nah. I think it was good just the way it was. It'd be very disappointing to have an ammo issue with this type of encounter, so here I am being indecisive. Probably would have held off on using my disruptor as well if I had known there was going to be more than one phase. But having a second phase in here, I think there's two. It was definitely a delight. Had a lot of fun playing it. Also, being that I had used giant shamblers in my first two maps, was more than happy to take on this giant shambling dancer, so props for that. And wouldn't you know it, a third wave. Surprise! Very cool encounter. So that was Stroggfire Reborn. And now we're going to do the Oreworks by Nicco. I've definitely enjoyed Nicco's maps the last couple of jams. And I think this one turned out to be pretty well done as well. This was a close second to Shart's map, in my opinion. Definitely wasn't expecting the attack from behind, and it got me. And it's here where I realized that those hit scans are pretty hurtful. So we proceed with a little bit more caution. Look at that. Ouch. Just chews you right up. I was doing so well with these grenades until I wasn't. was also a very good location for an autosave. So, thank you for that. Oops. So I had thought, as long as I don't pick up the key, I won't trigger the spawns. I was wrong. So we'll just go ahead and skip my failure and kind of get to the point where we got it right, I think. Maybe. And there I just kind of fed myself a rocket. And unfortunately, I did not have a good save point. So we're just going to go ahead and fast forward back to where we were. Also a good use of fog on this map, given that everything is full bright in this pack. Kind of adds the atmosphere that would be missing otherwise. Did enjoy this encounter. It's a cool little setup. I'm not sure what was being counted down. I think it was an enemy. And pretty sure one of them got stuck. Not quite sure. But either way, a fun little elevator ride. And yeah, I'm only kinda good at rocket jumping. Not the best. Anyway, good map. Started noticing these little icons appearing next to the door as I knock down each map. So now we go on to the left side. And we try The Infinite Curse from Stroggs by Mizuki. I understand Mizuki is new to the Map Center Discord. Pretty sure it's their first map with us. Definitely dig the music on this. It's a cool soundtrack. I would say it's definitely a interesting use of texture and brushwork in this map. A lot of different, times awkward, sometimes cool geometry. Just having a little trouble here getting up to that quad. Also, I appreciate the visual clues that you get there, that there are secrets to be had. One thing I will say, given that now I know there are breakable brushes in this map, some of the more jagged geometry that you find in this map is it's like, can I break that wall? Can I break this wall? You know, kind kind of adds a little bit of confusion as to what is breakable and what isn't. Here's me shooting at random things, see if they break or not. I also like the use of storytelling. It's one of the things that I like to see in custom maps. I tried that my first attempt at it with my last map, and it's fun. I also haven't looked at this in the source or decompiled it or anything, but I imagine with the number of kind of crevices and gaps in the brushwork that I would assume there's probably a sealed skybox around the map. Otherwise, I would assume that would just be kind of a pain in the butt to chase down leaks on something like this. Could be wrong, but I would suspect that's probably what's going on. Definitely a good tank placement, as well as the corpse up in the Raptor. Did get a little confused here after this bit. Didn't really understand where the garage gates were. I do figure it out, but I did expect that they were in this general vicinity. Though, you know, all of these maps, they were built in 48 hours, so the strategy that is deployed here, where you basically end up traversing back through the map, kind of gives it a higher amount of playtime. So, kudos on that. But yeah, I do think I spent more time than I needed shooting at random things to see if they would break. There's also a good diversity of both weapons and mobs in this map, which I do appreciate. And here's the garage door. Do think I finished out the map not using some of the power-ups, which is, you know, it's fine. Been probably would have liked to see an encounter that might have triggered a response of using said power-ups, but overall good mob selection. And to be fair, I was being pretty conservative with my weapons and ammo anyway. Like pulling those two super tanks together so that I could hit them both with the BFG at the same time. I think this room here is probably my favorite location in this map. It was pretty fun. Would have liked to see it maybe go on a little bit more. And, you know, there are time constraints, I get that. I think this last bit here was just a little more underwhelming as compared to the previous section. I also realized here that I had the environmental suit. Tried looking around to see if there was anything in the slime. Never found anything. I don't know if it was just given to me as a just in case I fall into the slime. Here's a get out of jail free card, or if I missed something, but then a little bit of a face doubling on the glitchy texture there. I had to back up away from the door just so I could take a second peek. That's when I also realized I had a quad that I didn't use. But overall, good entry. Enjoyed playing it and look forward to seeing some more from Mizuki.
Computer updated.
Alright, now it's Reactor Bossfight by Deezus.
Computer updated.
So, explored around for a little bit, and that's when I came across this guy. And of course, if it looks destructible, we're gonna destruct it. Extreme version. So, I'm thinking this is an inside joke on a dude who got banned from the Discord for making extreme maps from maps he was just taking without permission from the author. But it's here where I realize that I am now back to where that teleporter had taken me from the first map. And it kind of goes a little downhill from here, if I'm honest. Definitely a little bit of a Beavis and Butthead type humor going on as well with the giant butthole thing. Not my favorite part. I guess I'm just old and lame now. But yeah, this encounter sure did have plenty of ammo, plenty of power-ups. Still took me a little while to figure out exactly how to play it, what was going on. It was a little confusing. I'm guessing... Yeah, the music track too is... I'm not sure. And yeah, I'm guilty of adding some licensed music to my last map. It was definitely a regret of mine. We probably shouldn't be doing that. I probably will never do another licensed piece like that again. Yeah, very, very vulgar Beavis and Butthead type soundtrack for sure. So I think the boss encounter is about to start. And the lava. And the first bit, you know, it's fun. I like this lava. I like all the extreme amounts of mobs. It's fun. It's the boss lady that just kind of was frustrating, I guess. I don't know if playing Quake 1 would have, or like I've played Quake 1, but like not a ton. I wonder if that would have clued me in more on what was going on here. But come to find out that whatever power-up I'm using, she's using as well. And I didn't realize that for a good little bit. Also, not a big fan of the Brainator guys. Past like 2 of them. Once you get after more than that, it's just gets really jerky and disorienting and not the funnest mob to fight in large packs for sure. I'm glad that those little piston elevator thingies going up and down don't crush you to death when you get under them. Otherwise, I would have died many more times in this encounter. So, thanks for not being too harsh. So yeah, even at this stage in the game, I have not realized that she is sharing invulnerability with me. And I'm just wasting ammo. Which led to doing the encounter all over again, unfortunately. Yeah, she just kind of sits there. Doesn't really hit you. Just kind of like, huh. Basically a lot of this for, I don't know, a half an hour or so. So let's go ahead and do a little time warp on this, huh? And that was my first wipe. So at this point, I think I've figured out exactly what's going on here and how I need to go about completing this encounter. I think. Also, I don't know if this little laser cone was really necessary at all. It probably really would have been cooler if it was like fewer beams, slowly, or slower rotation, and they did more damage. That probably would have been a little bit more effective. There's definitely plenty of areas along the wall where you can kind of just sit along the side and cheese out of it. So yeah, we're just gonna speed up a little bit through this. And at this point, I was actually kind of happy to see some mobs show up. Kind of broke up the monotony? Am I using that word right? I don't know. You get the point. So basically, a lot of what's next is just the same. So we'll go ahead and speed up some more.
Computer update.
So yeah, as I mentioned before, I'm okay at rocket jumping. I'm not the best. Unfortunately, it did not make it out of here. Kind of ran out of ammo and power-ups before realizing that I had to, I guess, rocket jump off the wall a second time on the way out. So, yeah, just throwing a couple grenades in the bunghole because that's how I feel about it. There was a hit marker too there, so I had to throw a couple more in to see what was going on, but yeah, at this point I was definitely ready to get out of here. And now we're gonna see me fail getting out of here. So I guess right there is probably where you want to hit your second rocket jump. Though I thought this ledge would have done the trick. And I was honestly kind of annoyed that it didn't. So yeah, pretty much didn't see any more invulnerabilities at this point. And with the music telling me, fuck you, I was just, I think I had it at this point. So we just went ahead and no-clipped on out of here. Oh, look at that, I did have a invulnerability, I just didn't have a quad. And I really didn't care to go back and look for one, so no clipped right on out. And yeah, that was a real-time shake of disapproval. So, next map.
Computer updated.
This was Death by Box by Konig. And I was excited to play it. The last map I played from Konig I enjoyed, so I was looking forward to this. And starting out, I mean, this is a really cool concept. I guess I lucked out with not touching the floor. Or maybe that was triggered to be that way, I'm not sure. Yeah, cool concept. I'll give it that. Also, as a Star Wars nerd, I'm always a fan of a good trash compactor. sure exactly why this breakable wall has so much health. But we finally got our armor. I do wish the water was transparent, though. And I also wish that I had a save point. So we'll go ahead and skip on back up to the top again. Alright, so we're back up top. I believe I've got myself a save point. And we're gonna try and do some fishing. It's not gonna really work out though. And these geck down there have a real hard time of jumping out of the water. So we're just gonna have to dive down and take care of them. Yeah, gotta say, gets a little rough from here on out. It's definitely a death by box. Not much cover. Tried using these little cubbies. The water doesn't help much because while you can't see them, they can still see you, so you still take damage down there as well. It also took me a minute to remember that I had seen little shoot buttons down at the bottom, and those shoot buttons there, actually. And it looks like I forgot to do a save, so we'll go ahead and skip back up top again. Pretty sure I had mentioned this before, but I really don't like the Ripper. And I would say after this map, I despise it all the more. At least I got myself a save point up top this time. So that was a improvement. But really, kind of just goes downhill for me from here. At this point, I'm just really trying to do my best to conserve health so that when the fourth phase starts, I'm in a good spot. I do like the little lights on the Gek. That's fun. The little ghost fish are they're a little harder to see, I think. They kind of look got a cool little jellyfish aesthetic to it though. So I dig that too. And we'll go ahead and update our save and throw some face at this for a while. I don't know how long it takes me to remember that there are buttons down there and I should try and go press them, which I end up doing and failing at many times. So, I'm not sure exactly how many times I threw face at this. It was a while. To give you a sense of just how many times, this bit here is sped up by 6,000%. And I eventually just threw on some God mode. I wasn't having fun anymore. I just wanted it to be done. And then he just wants to drown me. And at this point, I was happy to be drowned. But that does mean we're on to the boss fight.
Computer update.
And another shaken head of disapproval.
Computer update.
Honestly, I expected that this was just going to be a nuke them down real quick and that would be that. However, I was definitely wrong. We'll get some extra mobs in here. And then a few more waves to follow. This was a fun boss fight. I really enjoyed it. I went in here after the last two maps kind of, like I said, I wasn't having fun anymore. I was kind of disheartened and I was just ready to be over the whole thing. This boss fight kind of rejuvenated me, but once I got hit with that laser that just like completely nuked me. I think I was almost ready to quit. But I kept going, and I'm glad I did, because the fight is actually fun. I think it took me a couple of rounds to get through it. It was a good fight. I think the key to getting this fight done was nuking down the little leg guy with the lasers as quickly as possible, and the incoming medics kind of just getting them nuked down right in the doorway kind of made the difference. Overall, again, good fight. Liked it. Good map pack. Enjoyed most of it. Some good, some bad. Definitely hate the Ripper with a passion. And yeah, this is my playthrough. I'll go ahead and wrap up with the recording and let you guys watch the rest of the fight. Oh, I did have an issue with the save because I didn't realize that I had a save point because it was named the Oreworks 2. I didn't glance at the 2 part. I thought I just had a save for the first one. I think Nicco's map. So, but other than that, once I figured out my little save mistake, I got rocking and rolling, was having fun again, and yeah, good job to everybody involved. Thanks for joining me. This is Doom-Shakalaka, and I'll see you in the next one.
Computer update.
Huh.